You're watching a CBG TV content provider broadcast.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGTV.com. The medical and health information shared does not constitute a physician-patient relationship. It is provided for general informational and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional care.
You're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. I said we're getting high because we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. That's right, we're getting high because we're pot smoking. Good morning, sunshine. How you feeling?
Good afternoon and good morning to everybody. Welcome. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm
Good
okay.
afternoon. Well, you were waving at. I thought you were calling SOS or something.
No, it's just waving, so you was talking.
Guess what?
What?
I totally forgot. We're going to have the segment now. I forgot. Cleaning cocks with Kelly this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to have it at some point today. Kelly, we're going to... I'm in timeout. Maybe we shouldn't have... Maybe we shouldn't have cleaning cocks with Kelly. We'll do that tomorrow. All right. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It is the Cannabis Chronicles. It's looking very Christmassy over here, Dr. High. I like how you've created the place.
Well, I have to give that credit to our producer.
Oh, goodness. Stop giving him so much damn credit.
Well, I'm telling you, he's doing a great job with this software. I think he's doing excellent with it.
His head is
I'm
going to
very
explode.
impressed.
His head is going to explode.
Very impressed.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I'm impressed too. He's very impressive. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a good kid. He drives me a little batty, but overall, he's a good kid. His heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
His brain might be a little lost, but his heart's in the right place. Anyway, how was your night? What'd you do? Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday. What did I do?
I don't know.
Well, I went and got my front end aligned.
How'd that go?
Well, I went and got my car worked on. Well, it was cheap then, I thought, too. It was good. I was happy when I left.
Nice.
Everything sorted out, so that was good. Then I went and picked up some Lebanese food from there. Came home, ate, and I don't know, probably watched the news for a little while, and I didn't do much. Pretty quiet. I'm busy in the mornings.
Yeah, I didn't have an opportunity to take any medication in the last hour or so I'm trying to catch up now.
You are unmedicated. You got to catch up.
Let me tell you. Did you notice,
What did you
Dr.
get up to last night?
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you. Did you notice I have a bandage on my hand?
Did you burn yourself?
No, worse. I went with the big guy over here, and we went for a walk, and we were taking the dog for a walk, and it was icy.
Oh.
And like a bunch of dumbasses, we wore just Crocs, and Crocs don't do well in ice.
No, I don't imagine, especially once they get cold, they get hard, and then they'd be like the things we used to slide on when we were kids.
Yeah, the metal sleds, yeah.
No, the ones when they start doing the plastic, like the crazy carpets and stuff.
Oh, right.
I bet Crocs respond like that, I bet, in the cold and on the ice.
Well, let me tell you, we weren't expecting ice. We did get flurries, about maybe an
Yeah.
inch of fluffy stuff on the ground, but nothing, to write home about. But I didn't expect there would be ice underneath of it.
Right.
Well, we got to the end of the driveway, and the big guy went up, and
Boom.
the big guy came down.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we come down hard, eh, big guys?
did you feel the earthquake last night around 6 p.m.?
I might have.
Yeah, that was me. Well, that was him.
I thought it was a sonic boom.
He ended
Oh,
he ended up
no fun.
he ended up splitting his hand wide open. That is a
Oh,
that's a big chunk of meat hanging out of the hole, and
wow.
yeah. So he's airing it out right now. I'm still got mine bandaged, but he's airing his out because it was he was in pain. His whole body hurts because everything got
Well,
out.
it's hard, man. When you start to accelerate, then you suddenly stop. That's when the
Boom!
problem occurs, right?
The dog, thank God, she was an
It's
angel.
it's not the falling that hurts you; it's the stopping.
Yeah, the stopping, the big sudden stop that hurts really bad. Yeah, the dog was very good though. She didn't take off because normally she would have been like, pew, but she knew I was hurt. She knew because she stood there. She came right up to me and like stood next to me, and she must have heard the oomph and or the because then she came and stood right next to me, and I kind of used her as a leaning post to help myself get back because the Crocs were still not giving me any gription. So I'm like,
exactly. Yeah.
like Scooby and Shaggy trying to get up
Yeah.
my feet going 100 miles an hour. Yeah. I finally got up off the ground and I'm like, I'm holding my hand and I can see it's dark, but I can see the blood pooling into the palm of my hand. And I'm like, oh, that hurts pretty bad. And I can see. And I'm like, all right, let's go for your walk because she still hadn't shit yet. She still needed to do her number 2.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, all right. So I started to go walking and she was like, no, dude, you're hurt. And I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, come on. And she
I'm going to
went,
sit right here and let's go.
no, she said, let's go back in the house. And she walked towards the door and made me follow her to the door. And I was like, are you sure? Because we came out because you had the shit. And we, she peed already and she pees and then she usually goes to another part of the yard to shit.
Yeah. That's normal.
And that's our routine. She comes out and she goes right to the side of my front lawn, of course, and pees on the front lawn. Then we go out to the road and she shits out in the cul-de-sac in the circle somewhere, and that's our routine. And, but whatever. So we did the pee part.
So you got a cul-de-sac, but you're the only one that lives on it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have no neighbors. My neighbors are the bears. They hang out with me.
Wow.
So, my son's room is up at the top of the house, but he can see the driveway. My daughter can't see the driveway. She's in the back half of the house. So my son can see it, but he hates me right now. So he probably watched and laughed. But I came back in the house after getting up, and I was covered in snow, and I'm like a turtle on my back rolling around. Help me! Finally, I get up. The dog and I go into the house. She goes back into her cage without any disagreements and lays down. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I was still concerned that she didn't shit. And she was crying before that she needed to go out. And I was like, all right, let's go.
Right.
Anyway, my daughter came down. We patched me up. My daughter took her for another walk. And that's basically the story, I guess. I mean,
well, that's kind of a shitty story.
Yeah.
Sorry they had to go through that.
Everything, after you bounce and you land like that, everything is out of whack now. My body's out of whack.
Well, you're like, tomorrow you're going to be more sore.
Today, I'm really sore.
Yeah, tomorrow you'll be even more sore, and then you'll start to recover starting on Sunday. Yeah. You'll feel better every day. But it's like a car accident, man. It's the stopping that is the problem.
And it was at 30 miles an hour, I would say, because man, I was not expecting it, and I just was whoop, boop, boop, boom, and out of nowhere.
And that's the worst because you don't even have a chance to kind of prepare.
I had a headache. It's better now, but I had a headache last night as well. So I may have hit my head. I don't remember. I didn't feel anything like bump wise. So
well, there is some evidence out there to suggest that cannabis can be beneficial for concussion recovery and traumatic brain injury and things of that nature. So you're already on a preventative course, you know? So that's a good start.
Yeah, thank God I'm taking this into taking medication into my own hands.
Well, no, it's prescribed, but sometimes you need to
Oh,
use it
well,
for other symptoms, right? Because
yes.
cannabis is so good at addressing many different symptoms that make us not feel 100%, you know? And you're in the cycle, so you're good to go,
Right. That's what I was thinking
you know?
as I light my bowl again.
Yes.
So luckily, it was not my my friend, the hand that he puts up in my back. So we're
Oh, I
good.
was going to say the hand that he puts up in mine. I was like, oh, what's coming next?
I was gonna say my ass, but I make it very clear to everybody that I am not an ass puppet. I am a back.
I'm a back puppet.
Right. I go
Yeah,
into.
so that makes you a bottom, then, I suppose.
I'm more of a bottom. Yes. I'm a back puppet. Damn it. Right.
I'm a back puppet. I'm a back
Not a
puppet.
butt puppet. I'm not one of them. I have a couple friends over there on the shelf that are hanging out that might be butt puppets, but I'm not a
Right.
butt. Nothing wrong with butt puppets. I love butt puppets. I got a lot of friends that are butt puppets.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what are we going to do today? I heard you have a big show. Beaner said he had a big show planned for us.
Oh, good. Then I'm curious to hear about it.
Me too.
You know what? I got caught up this morning looking at, because I'm trying to figure out a way I can add value to what I'm about to do, starting in January. So I was looking at the catalog this morning and looking at kind of how the products were presented.
Did you say
And I started thinking about what I'm doing. So I figured, let me put together a video for them that I'll send them just to give them an idea of what's possible, because people are visual. So if you're looking at a product in a catalog and it just simply shows a glass bong or a grinder or a pipe against a white background, well, it's not as eye-catching, right? It doesn't draw you in. It doesn't evoke any kind of emotion or feeling or anything like that. So I thought I'd show them, because I got this grand plan in my mind that's slowly taking shape. Whether I'm going to be able to do it or not, I don't know. See, this would be an interesting reason to stick with the show in the long term, folks, because I'm going to share this journey with you guys.
The whole
I'm
way.
going to talk to you about what I'm trying to do before I start over the next month as the plan evolves in my mind. And then we're going to see how far I can get with it.
How far we can get away with it.
Yeah.
What is going on?
See what we can do.
Doing?
You know what I mean? But look, these are some of the products that I'll be selling. And in this montage is a product I actually created, which we'll look at afterwards. But yeah, go ahead, Garrett.
As much as you can, all of them are sister, all of them red dress. Mash up the vibe for the right and roll your body like mama make dumplings. Move if you feel alright. You see your anger on the mic. Them a party crew, them a lift up the light. People never carry us up, people never fight.
That product was mine.
People in the party. Oh, let the music call your name. Feel the beat right in your body. Oh, we got the old school vibe in here.
Hey, Zen. Yeah, so it was just a little something I was playing with. This product right here is a grass glass twisty blunt. And I talked about the grass glass filters I made before. And this was the next product we did with the grass glass branding, called the twisty blunt. You pack that with weed and you smoke it just like that. You don't use no papers. You don't use anything. You just pack it in and smoke it. And as it starts to burn into the glass, you turn the mouthpiece, and it's a screw. And as it turns, it pushes out the burnt product, right? So you're all, it's really cool. But it's called a twisty blunt.
Yeah, I had one of those. I hated it.
Did you really?
Maybe not your brand or whatever, but I had something very similar. They're coming out with them everywhere now. I think you see them a lot. Not that I hated it. It just, I don't, it just didn't do what I felt like it needed to do. Is it coil activated? Was it a dry herb vape?
No, it wasn't a vape at all. You just simply light it and go.
Mine might have been a vape, and you twisted it, and it kind of fell out. And I just didn't
I don't know. No, this one you just light it and smoke it like you would a joint.
Good morning, Zen. How are you, bud? Good to see you.
I didn't say good morning, everybody, but Zen, good morning. Sean, Doug, how you doing today?
Zen, see, he didn't.
Kelly, good morning. Zach is here. How you doing, Zach?
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you guys have tons of questions for us today, so let's get them started.
Yeah, so I don't know. I want to see if I can.
We got to run a commercial, Dr. High. We'll be back after these commercials. I love my sponsors.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into drhigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop Dr. High AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. drhigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Announcing CBGTV's Bud Break book. Get your copy now. Detailed strain reviews. Every purchase supports the ongoing efforts of CBGTV. Available from Amazon and at cbgtv.com or scan the QR code.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
at pot
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Woohoo! That's tonight, baby. I'm excited. Eagles of Death Metal coming to hang out with Envy and I tonight in the clouds, 8 p.m. Be here or be parallelogram.
Parallelogram.
Don't forget, Tailored
Is
Herbs.
that the strain of the day? Parallelogram?
No, the strain of the day is a good one. Remember, we had it a couple weeks ago. Thundercat. Thundercat is the strain of the day up at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates. Head on in, tell one of the young ladies or gentlemen working there that the hippie sent you, and that the strain of the day is Thundercat, and you're going to end up with a free pre-roll, no purchase necessary. But it's also all sativa products and mushroom products are 10% off today. So head on over there and get your weekend started right. Whoop, whoop. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates in Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada.
Nice. So Kyle says he's got work, and then he's going to get high as fuck after.
Very
he's ready
cool,
to go. He's got that jet fuel, and he's got a buddy coming over to hang out. Cosplay night, Kyle. Pulling out the Captain Kirk.
So what else? Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about Eagles of Death Metal tonight. That's going to be fucking cool.
Yeah, that is going to be cool.
Yeah, you going to watch?
What time is it? 9 o'clock?
8 o'clock our time.
I will.
Yeah,
maybe I might be awake. I was up early this morning, man. I had the dog outside at 4:30 this morning.
I'm not taking the dog for a walk for a couple of days. She's punished.
Not the dog.
No,
that's actually, what you got kids for.
Well, yeah, no, I don't. My kids are useless as tits on a bull.
That's funny. That's funny. Zach says we should check out the pictures and videos from legalization party last night. Well, Garrett, maybe you can pluck some of those. Maybe you can pluck some of those pictures and videos, and we can put some up on the screen and enjoy some of the celebration with our friends in Ohio. All the hard work that they did out there to get things legalized. And yesterday was the first day of legalization or second day of recreational legalization?
It was the night before at midnight, so I guess it was technically the second day of.
Nice. Hi, Pink. How are you?
Pink is our host of. I almost called it boobies. Doobies, Doobies and Dragons. Hi, Candy Kisses. How are you? Welcome.
Okay. Nice. How you doing, Candy Kisses? Paul?
7th first day. 7th first day.
I don't know.
7th first day. 7th first day. 7th first day. 7th first day.
Do you know what that means?
No, I'm trying to see if it's maybe a riddle or something.
I don't know. To me, it would be like recovery, right?
Congratulations on your 7th first day.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you're trying to beat something, and you stumble and you start again, and you stumble and you start again. So, the 7th was the first day in Ohio. Oh, see, now we're off on a totally different tangent here. We're so
we got this guy hooked on heroin over here. Meanwhile, he's trying to help us out. I'm sorry.
It was the only thing that made sense to me in our environment, right? What we do.
This is my 7th attempt at becoming clean. My 7th first day.
The 7th was the first day in Ohio.
Oh, my goodness.
And what day is today? The 8th? The 9th?
The 8th. Today is the 8th, so I guess it was midnight last night.
Day 2.
And today's day 2, yeah. So it was 24.
That's phenomenal.
24 hours, and they were having the party.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's awesome. I'm pissed that I live so far away. Yeah, we were talking about Ohio, but we got lost. I don't know how we got lost, but you're a drug addict now, sir. I'm sorry. You're going to need to go try for the 8th time now. On your first day. Congratulations and good luck. Welcome in, everybody. Good afternoon and good morning. Thanks for hanging with us. This is the Cannabis Chronicles. We are live on Live 365, TuneIn, Facebook, YouTube, and the one and only wonderful CBG TV. Big shout out to them. Love them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I bet smoke. I think the issue, Paulie, is that I've already had way too much, and it's been a very...
Let's smoke one and get our heads right.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucked. I'm already too stoned.
Is that possible?
Not really, but I guess I'm high enough. I with music in the middle of my head. Happy 425.
Oh, geez, where are we?
I don't know. I guess he fell asleep back there. Did you get the rights to play these pictures? That woman in the back said she doesn't want her picture ever shown on TV. I'm just kidding. Now you guys are. Oh, our closed captions, or do we have closed captions on? I don't.
Yeah, sometimes they're pretty good, but not always.
And in the house.
Well, I'm Sticky Muck, I got ganja galore. You might have a lot of ganja, but I got much more. With my super groovy doobie, I'm gonna get lit. Take a big old hit, cause this shit's legit. So what you want? I want the cash for the show up front. Drop a beat, kick around like a punt. For the fun, I'm always on the hunt. So come along and get down. Pass it all around. Aren't you glad you found the funky, fresh, Sticky Muck sound? We can go downtown, party like a prince. Crown me king of fun, let the good times commence. Sunny beaches where you'll find me, soaking up the sunshine, toking up the fun kind, looking up for one time, cooking up a fun rhyme to go along with dinner. Crossing that finish line, looking like a winner, baby. Howdy do, buckaroo, we're shaking in your grinder. We're shaking in your grinder.
Hippie.
We're shaking in your grinder. Howdy do, buckaroo, we're shaking in your grinder. We're shaking in your grinder. We're shaking in your grinder.
Mississippi. Mississippi. Anyway, welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you joining for us. That didn't come out right. What are you looking up, High?
I'm just looking at some of the pictures from last night's party.
Oh.
Checking it out, seeing what was going on. That's all.
Very cool.
Yeah. Look like a good time. This is hippie. So what's up?
Not much.
No.
Tired. Life is catching up to me.
Life is catching up to you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hippie. Oh, this is hippie. This is hippie. This is hippie. Mrs. Hippie. We're playing with the closed captions. Yeah, I am. I have nothing prepared. I have nothing prepared. I'm unprepared today, Dr. High.
Unprepared. Well, this happens from time to time. Not much we can do, but I'm just looking at Cannabis Forever says that she met an amazing weed family on TikTok. How does that happen? Because I can't talk nothing about weed on TikTok without having problems with them. So how were you able to build a community on TikTok around cannabis content? You know, how was that possible?
You asking me?
Well, didn't you meet a lot of these people? A lot of people over there.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
did a lot on TikTok, right?
I started on TikTok. Yeah. It is not an easy task. It's not.
And weed was still your focus?
Weed has been my focus since day one. Yeah, when I first started as a puppet, well, not day one because I started out as Grover for about a day.
Okay.
Long enough to get my 1,000 followers, and then I did Grover one day, and then I quit.
Okay.
And then I started Tie-Dye Tea, and he was an angry guy about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was angry that he couldn't grow weed in Pennsylvania. They had just made it medical a couple years. Hi, Troy. Yeah, they had just made it medical, and they all right, Grandma. They I had just joined, like I said, I had just joined Discord, and then I mean not Discord, TikTok, and I started out as tie-dye, and I was angry, and I would come on and I would be high, of course, and then we would talk shit, and then you just kind of entertain. You just kind of sit in the room and hang out. I didn't have any music, so I kind of just sat like this, you and I, or me by myself, and the whole room full of people chatting, or sometimes one person chatting, and as you get bigger, it would get bigger, and more people would start to follow you and whatever. And I didn't really
But
post.
how were you able to talk about weed without them shutting you down?
I would just talk about it, but I really wouldn't post about it, like you couldn't really. I caught on fairly quickly that you couldn't really post about it and you would get in trouble. So I didn't really post about it in the beginning, but I would talk about it a lot, and I would just talk about it in the chats. And things have changed in the last 2.5 years too. They've gotten a lot more stringent about
it. You were messing with TikTok pretty early then. 2.5 years ago was pretty early for TikTok, right?
No, I think I would have been around for a while still before me.
Oh, yeah?
But I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I just
Zen says live talk is different.
Live talk is different. Yeah, live talk is definitely different. Yeah, when you're in the room, you and I could talk like this, and they don't really get you unless you say something like, "Hey, I'm gonna unalive you" or something.
Right.
And they might get you, but for the most part, they're pretty good about it. Grandma says it's been on for like 3 or 4 years total. So maybe half of it I've been there. I was there. So yeah. So then I was the puppet that was angry about weed. I didn't even know there was any.
Hold on a sec. There's somebody at my door. Sorry.
For crying out loud. Yeah, sure. That's great. That's great. That's great.
What happened there?
Garrett
Why
broke.
that screen duplicated 1,000 times?
Garrett broke us. Look, you keep walking in the room.
Yeah, it's weird.
Box after box, one by one. Come have a seat. Please, everybody, join us.
I wonder if that's a surveillance system from Big Brother messing up, keeping an eye on us. How weird is that?
Fucking Big Brother.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's still going down there.
Wow.
Now watch, you're going to laugh and drink your water one by one.
That is so trippy. If this show was about LSD, whoa, and people be running for the closet.
Hurry up.
Wow, that's so weird.
It's still going way back there.
That is so strange.
Let's dance.
Does that mean we're on the internet forever now?
Yep. It'll just keep going and going.
It's the Matrix. That's what it's got to be. It's got to be the Matrix. Oh.
Oh.
What was that?
Start over.
Do you want me to leave the room and come back?
No.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Let's trip out again.
Oh, that's funny business. That's funny business.
Oh, we're done. Okay. Sorry. I was still dancing. Big Brother's watching, says Martin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That wouldn't surprise me at all. That's so weird. That's like what happened at Skinwalker Ranch.
Anyway, so back to my story. So then, yeah, I was watching. I told you how I got started, right? My son put it on the TV one day. I was dead with COVID on the couch, and he was like,
"Put TikTok on the TV."
Yeah, he was like, "Why are you watching these How to Kill My Mom's shows that you keep watching every day? Why don't you watch
all that true crime shit?"
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you're up to something, old man. Why are you watching this stuff?" I was like,
"Do you want to just to interrupt for 1 second? It's surprising that I'm not some kind of serial killer, because that's what my wife plays on the TV at night. She needs a TV sound in the background to sleep. You know what I mean?"
Me too. Yeah, I have to sleep.
She's got to put on. She's got to put on these shows, these true crime killing shows and stuff like that. I'm so surprised I'm not being programmed in my sleep.
You're gonna wake up one night over her with a knife. What the hell?
It's crazy. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I watch them a lot as well, but I'm coming up with the perfect plan. That's my goal. But anyway, so my son came in and flipped it on TikTok on the TV, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking cool. You can put TikTok on the TV." And he was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Cool." And then I started learning how to flip through it, and I was flipping through, and I came across Comedy Elmo. Shout out to Comedy Elmo. Woo, woo. And he was an Elmo puppet, and he was doing really cool things, and he was entertaining, and he was fun, and he did a great Elmo voice. and he was doing nice things for people, and I was like, that is cool shit. So then I started with Grover, and he blew up immediately. Within days, I had my 1,000 because Elmo was so big, and Kermit. There was another guy, Kermit, that was out there that were really big. Shout out to Kermit. Woo-woo. But then, so then when I came out with Grover, I had a Grover puppet, and I can do a fairly good Grover voice. I used to be able to. It's not as good.
Okay.
But I created the Grover puppet, and you have to get your 1,000 people before you can go live. Well, they heard that Grover was coming around, and all of their friends immediately started following Grover in a matter of hours, you know. So I immediately had over 1,000 followers, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. And I wasn't even prepared, and I'm having anxiety like you wouldn't believe. And now it's time, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And I hit the button, I turn it off. I hit the button, I turn it off. I hit the button, I turn it off. I hit the button. For like 2 weeks, I sat there every day trying to get myself to do it. Finally, I did it, and I went live, and I finally got it to go live. And I knew what I was doing, but I just didn't want to. I kept getting scared.
Right.
And, so Grover made his first appearance, and it was okay. Started out okay anyway. And I was nervous. I could barely talk. Plus, I'm trying to talk like Grover, you know, and I'm trying to do my Grover voice. And so, yeah, it's okay. It can be. Some days it's better. Some days it's worse. Today I've had a sore throat, so it's not going to be very good. But anyway, all of a sudden, the crowd starts to get bigger, and I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? And then I hear doom, doom, doom. No, there was no doom, doom, doom. But all of a sudden, Elmo's in my room, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm like, fuck, Elmo. And then, I bring him up into the box next to me, and we're going to battle. And I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, bro. Why are we going to battle? You know, but I can't even talk. I'm like,
right.
And he goes, and this is the type of guy he was. He took his whole team. He said, everybody go to his side. Welcome him to the family. Welcome him to TikTok. And like 200 people of his followers that were live with him came over into my room and just dropped gifts all over me. And I was like, I couldn't talk. My fear was, I was shaking like a leaf. I was sweating, and the battle ended, and I tried to say thank you and tried to, but it was horribly, I couldn't even talk, and I hung up, and Grover got put away, and I haven't seen him since. No, he came out. He's made some debuts back every once in a while, but then I created Tie-Dye Tea, and Tie-Dye Tea was not nearly as famous, and it took a couple months for me to get Tie-Dye Tea to become popular enough to have 1,000 followers. Once I got my 1,000 followers, then I was able to start going live. Then the journey began. I met a couple great people over the time in the beginning, and I started getting more and more popular, and then one day Tie-Dye Tea's glasses broke, and he didn't look good without glasses, and I didn't have a backup pair. But I had started buying puppets from other people who had puppets, and I was buying them off the internet and stuff. And Hippie J came into the picture. Okay. And so at that time, we were doing a thing called Puppets Got Talent. And every night on TikTok, every Sunday night on TikTok, all the puppets would get together, and they would come over and they would perform, do different things that they could do as a puppet. And it was like, American Idol or something, but it was puppets, or, who America's Got Talent, I guess it was. But,
right.
And I kicked ass. I was very not trying to brag, but I was very creative. I had 5 or 6 of my puppets come up, and we sang "We Are the World," and I I had my kids with me, and I had everybody with me, and all the puppets were, "We are the world," and I would sing. My debut of "I Thought I Farted and I Shit" was done on that show, and everybody went nuts for that one, because the day before we would sit around and we would try to come up with ideas for what we were going to do the next week, and every Sunday we would do it. And this was, I don't want to take all the credit, but I was definitely a part of bringing that all together. And I would go out at nighttime when everybody was not around or whatever, and I would go find other puppets from other areas of TikTok. And I'd be like, "Oh, that's a puppet." And I'd follow them. And then they'd reach out and they'd start talking to me, and we'd become friends. And I'd tell them, "Hey, we got this beautiful puppet community we're building over here. You should come hang." And I want to say I mean, not single-handedly. I'm sure other people brought other people in, but I brought in like 80% of the puppets into this huge community. And then we were starting to do like puppet battle royals, and we would take all the guys that dress up like Jason or Freddy and all the killers from the movies, and we would have a battle royale. It would be 10 puppets going up against 10 of them and battle back and forth until the final 2 are standing, and then the winner would take all and have the trophy, and then you'd go on to battle the next team. And I created me and my family and everybody, all the puppets worked together. A couple of us were harder workers than others, but
like that in a lot of situations.
Yeah, but that was okay. It wasn't the point. It was building a big, beautiful puppet community, and then things fall apart. Unfortunately,
imagine the fun you could have if you were to gather a circle of cannabis loving puppeteers.
I have a bunch of them
with all the right characteristics of beloved cartoon characters like Bugs Bunny and Donald Duck and
that's the thing, is you can't
Tweety and
Elmo, and everybody ended up having to change their names because
you changed the names, but
spreading rumors.
The recognition
you can't even look at them. They can't even look like them. You have to actually change. Like my buddy Bert, may he rest in peace. He passed away recently, but unfortunately, he had a Bert puppet made for him by a puppeteer who makes puppets, a beautiful Bert puppet. But unfortunately, he couldn't use it for very long because all of a sudden everybody was saying that Disney and Sesame Street was coming for them, and they were watching. And then all of a sudden, some people got in trouble for copyrights just for using the puppet that looked like it. Even if you didn't use the right voice, even if you had the different name, you were using the likeness, and it was getting you in trouble. So I was always blessed. I got a couple puppets that could have got me in trouble. Like this, originally I was Jesus, and I took off the
with a show like this, that could probably get you in trouble.
It had a purple sash across it, and this was a white gown, and I didn't have my dreads, my extensions in, and all this handsomeness. I grew my beard in a little longer, but yeah, I turned myself into Hippie J because I know 0 minutes, dude. I don't give a flying fudge.
Jen says Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny.
Right.
How you doing, Lori? Tom?
Hi, Lori. Hi, Tom. Everybody. We got to run a commercial. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Forge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Forge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting Team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd. today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them at the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA. They are badass.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
WTHC, good morning and good afternoon. I'm like trying to figure out what the hell time of the day it is.
Hey,
good morning
Carrie,
and good afternoon to everybody. Hi, Carrie. How are you? We're going to have Carrie back on soon because I heard she makes some really cool shit. We just got to tell her, find out what she's making, and then when she's making it, she'll walk us through it and tell us.
Oh, nice. Hey, that would be fun.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen her earlier today.
For our viewers to see.
Yeah, she makes some kick-ass edibles and stuff like that all the time at Carrie's Kitchen over there. So, yeah, absolutely. Good to see you, Carrie. Welcome back. Lori, how are you? Zen, good to see you. Tom, again, good morning and good afternoon to everybody. You are watching the Cannabis Chronicles. Tonight we have Eagles of Death Metal. It's going to be fucking great, man. I'm so excited. I've been chilling out listening to some of their tunes, Dr. High. I don't know if you've ever heard. I wasn't a fan. Not that I wasn't a fan. I didn't really know of them until recently, until I met Envy. And Envy pointed them out to me. And these guys are badass, man. This guy, Jesse, he's got a kick-ass voice, bro. And they did a couple covers. I'll probably get this taken down, but you know what? I don't even care anymore. I'm getting to the point where they just give it back to me anyway. And so I'm going to play a song. Oh, no. I'm going to play a song.
Son
of a bitch. This guy thinks he's in charge of everything. Here you go.
I heat up, I can't cool down. Got me spinning round and round, round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Every time you
abracadabra.
heat up like a burning flame, full of desire. Kiss me, baby, let the fire get higher. Abracadabra.
Let me try and grab you.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra. You make me hot, you make me sigh. You make me laugh,
Abracadabra.
I feel the magic in your caress. I feel magic when I touch your dress.
There they are, baby, coming on tonight, hanging out with Envy and I on In the Clouds. Well, I think it's just Jesse, the singer, but whatever, they're coming.
Whatever.
I'm coming. That's all that matters.
That's funny.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
Every time you call my name, every time I heat up like a burning flame, full of desire. Just let the fire get higher.
I can't cool down. The situation goes. I can't cool down. The situation goes.
Oh, here we go.
I love that version,
Yeah.
man. Better than Steve Miller's version, man. I love it. I love it. I am so fucking excited to meet these guys tonight. Well,
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Jesse's going to be there. I hope to see you in the crowd, front row. I saved you a seat, Dr. High. It's reserved.
Nice.
Yeah.
All
In
I got to
fact,
do is stay awake.
I saved everybody a seat here in the chat. You just got to show up right here tonight, 8 p.m.
That's it.
It's time
Right
for
there.
our Zen Whoosh
Moment of the day.
Hey, everybody sit back, relax, get a fatty. Boy.
Original ganja man, real herbalist, only street vice production. Strictly ganja, on n'a pas peur de la police. On continue à consommer le cannabis. Strictly ganja, ils devraient la légaliser. Passer à autre chose, arrêtez nous faire chier. Strictly ganja, on n'a pas peur de la police. On continue à consommer le cannabis. Strictly ganja, ils devraient la légaliser. Passer à autre chose, arrêtez nous faire chier. J'compte plus les fois où j'ai été à Amsterdam. Pour pécho de la bonne weed, pas pour pécho de la gamme. J'compte plus les fois où j'ai été à Amsterdam. J't'avoue la première fois elle m'a pété le crâne. Prépare le challenge.
Pop off and them start chop it. With the pin file long and it a beat rapid. Police come in and a jeep and them can't stop it. Some say them a play
That's
boy
moonlighting.
and
That's moonlighting. Working after hours.
like a bad habit. Son of a post off if you don't have it. Rastafari stands alone.
No more of this. That is free advertisement for the beanbag. Get him out of there.
Go get that.
How you doing, ladies? You be dancing by yourself. Oh, with the pink uniform.
Nice.
I always feel a little calmer.
Huh?
I said I always feel a little calmer after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for that one made me a little ornery. The beanbag was in it. He gets his debut with Zen Wushu before I even do.
No.
What the hell? What is this world coming to?
No, I don't know.
There's a pecking order here, Wushu.
I love what he does, though. I just love it. Love it. That's right.
I was in that video. Where was I?
Zen Wushu for Prime Minister, because we're in Canada, Martin. Zen and I are Canadian citizens, so Zen would have to run for Prime Minister here.
Yes.
And a fine Prime Minister he would make.
Down with Trudeau.
Yes.
Up with Wushu.
That's right.
Vote for
I was
Wushu.
watching this guy make a little speech yesterday, Trudeau, and he is so phony. It's unbelievable. Like,
brilliant.
It's poor acting at its finest. Like, it's really unbelievable to watch him talk. You can see that he doesn't mean a fucking thing he says.
Yeah, it's like Beaner on the Breakfast Buds. It's all lies, everybody.
Oh, I tell you, we got to worry about these people who are under the influence of the World Economic Forum.
Look at Beaner, he's so mad at me. Stop fucking with my show, hippie. I'm gonna cry. I'm fucking with him today hard. I don't know why. It's because Kyle's still buried in the quicksand, I think.
Well, Kyle had to go to work, no?
Yeah, he's probably on his way now.
So
the beanbags that back there, like, I don't know. Anyway, that was our Zen Wushu moment of the day. Zen, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. Samantha's here, everybody. If you need a photographer and you're in that Paris, Tennessee area, you might want to hit her up. She's pretty badass. Hi, Sam. And then of course we had our friend Carrie here from Carrie. What the hell kitchen? What the hell's kitchen? What the hell? What the hell?
What's going on?
What the hell? That's the name of her kitchen. What the hell? Carrie's What the Hell Kitchen or whatever it's called. Love her. Love her. Sam's in a bad mood. Oh. Sam, you need some hippie love.
Hippie's a really good listener. You can yell and abuse and just rant with him, and he'll take it all in, and he'll just give you nothing but love back, Sam.
Oh.
What the Sam Ellie says?
Sam's car won't start.
Oh, that's always a drag. Is it really cold there? Is that why? Are you in the deep freeze? Oh, no.
No, she's in Tennessee. I don't know if it's cold.
Wouldn't be cold enough to make the car not start. That takes real cold. You know? That takes northern Minnesota cold.
Or Canada cold.
Yeah, or Canada cold.
Pocono cold.
Yeah, Pocono cold. When it gets down to like minus 35.
Oh no, we don't ever get that low.
Your car batteries.
It's Saranac Lake and Lake Placid. When I lived upstate New York, we get that.
Yeah, you got it there.
Oh yeah, get that cold. Oh yeah, but the Poconos, I've never seen it below like minus 15 with the wind chill factor in the 20 years I've been here. Anyway, minus 15 is no joke. It's not a pleasant feeling, but fighting fire for 11 hours in minus 15 is a lot of fun.
Oh
no, because water freezes as it goes towards the house, and it just turns into like ice cubes.
Yeah,
and we're
I've seen when I first moved to Montreal, just in the next block, I was living in a high-rise building just off of downtown, and just in the next block, a building caught on fire. Right, it was an older building, but it probably had like, I don't know, 8 or 10 apartments in it, you know. And it burned. In that place, it was super cold, middle of the winter. It was like an ice castle for like 6 weeks.
I built an ice castle.
Oh, this was like a real ice castle. It was incredible.
Have you ever built an ice castle?
No.
I built a real one.
Really?
1988. I can remember it like it was yesterday.
1988. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. I was in culinary school at not Johnson and Wales, Philip, no, what's his name? Damn it, Paul Smith's College in Lake Placid, New York.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In a training course to become a chef.
Man, you were right where I lived for 8 years.
Yeah, I lived there too.
Because I was right in Raybrook.
were you there at that time? Yeah, I know Raybrook.
What years were those?
I was there like 88, 89, 90.
Oh,
90.
no, I was there from 2003 to 2012.
Oh, no, yeah, I was already way gone. I was out of that hood. But anyway, now I don't remember what story I was telling.
You were talking about building an ice castle.
Oh, right. So, and you can go to the Burger King in Lake Placid, and you can look at
And
the
it's still there?
No, the picture
It's
of
that
it.
cold in Lake Placid that your ice castle is still standing?
So the prisoners from Raybrook would come, and they would cut the ice every year into these big ice cubes, and they would help us. I swear to God, this is how it happened. And the prisoners from Raybrook would come, and they would cut the ice, and they would make it into big cubes, and then they would have machines, and they would stack it. So we didn't really build the castle, but the culinary class learned how to do ice sculpting there. And I did the ice sculpting, and I did the 1986. No, I'm sorry, 1989. Yeah, 1989, 1989. On the 1989, yeah, because it was the year I was supposed to graduate. 89. If you go to the White Castle, if you go White Castle now, if you go to the Burger King across the street, they might, I don't know if they still have them. This was 20 years ago when I did, plus 20 plus years ago when they had pictures still up there. But every year they take a picture because it's right across the street, and it's a big ice castle, and they have like slides that they make, and the kids can slide on the slides, ice slides, and chairs, and we make all. And the students at Paul Smith's College would do the ice carvings and stuff, and learn how to do our chiseling and making swans and making penguins and making different things with our tools that we had received.
Right.
And I was one of the people who got to learn how to do the ice carving that year because I was in this class. And so in 1989, I was part of the 1989, the big numbers that go across the front of it, and some other miscellaneous pieces that I chiseled on. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Would it chisel weed leaf on? Try and tuck it in the back where nobody would see?
No, I didn't even think about that.
It wasn't on the radar back then.
I didn't get to stay in the class very long. That leads to the story I was telling yesterday about smoking a cigarette within a mile of the school and then getting suspended. Well, getting detention for 8 days, but then I decided, he said.
When you were in culinary school?
Well, no, this was like if you took a half a day. So you went to high school at 4 periods, and then you went over to the other place. And you did 4 periods where you would learn culinary. And then on the weekends, if you wanted, you could be a part of the ice building, and they would work with you on the ice. So I went and participated in the ice carving competition. Not competition, but class segment of it.
Right.
No, I moved.
Well,
no,
that was 1980.
80. Yeah, I was in the upstate area until like 77, and then I moved to.
But you want to know the funny part? Is when I was incarcerated in New York, in Raybrook was the Olympic Village for the 1980 Olympics.
I've been all over there.
As the Olympic Village with the intention of turning it into prison afterwards.
I was quite a good skier, actually, when I was a young teen in my 18, 20, 22. I've skied Whiteface Mountain. I've skied some of their black diamonds, not all of them. Some of them are really, really crazy. But I've skied black diamonds back in my day. I've skied Gore Mountain. I was pretty accomplished, not accomplished, but I grew up there for a few years, so I got to ski like every day. We had a ski hill in town. There was little hills. Everybody had little hills in their yards and stuff. I wasn't doing tricks and stuff, but I could hold my own. Mountain.
It's funny when you only watch skiing on TV, you don't get an appreciation for how steep some of these runs really are. Like when you're watching the downhill racing, you know, at the World Cup level, that thing is like, you know, 60-degree downslope, 70-degree downslope. They're insane. That's why on skis, these people are doing, you know, what is it, 100, not 100, is it 100 miles an hour? Yeah, I think they do 100 miles an hour.
Very well could be 100, 110
Yeah,
miles an
I think
hour.
they do.
But I made a wrong turn one time, not on purpose, and ended up on a black diamond. And the first feet I came up on was not even expected. You didn't even notice it. You just came around this corner, and all of a sudden, you were in midair, and it was a 10-foot drop. And I landed it, and I said, never again going that way. And yeah, but what was the hardest or fastest ski run you've done? I've done, like I said, that black diamond was pretty rough. It was the only time I ever did a black diamond was once at Whiteface, and it was, I don't know what it was called. It was 30 plus years ago, 40 years ago. But I loved skiing back then, yeah, but now my legs are too fucked up and I can't do anything.
For me, to answer the hardest or fastest ski run I ever did, I went skiing one time in high school. It was a school trip, but no teachers, no nothing. So it was a big party. You know what I mean? 40 of us in grade 12 and grade 13, taking over a chalet in a place called Blue Mountain. So I had never skied. I played hockey all my life. I skated, but I'd never skied. Huh?
Blue Mountain, New York?
No, Blue Mountain, Ontario.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure there's a Blue Mountain in New York as well. But
is there? I don't know. But so I went for the party, but I thought it would be fun to learn how to ski because I was a skater anyway, you know. And guys I played hockey with were on the trip, so they're like, "Oh, we all ski, so we'll show you how to ski." So they never taught me how to ski. They just took me along with them on the type of skiing that they were doing, right? And just give me a couple pointers and let me go.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And, yeah. At one point, I'm coming down this thing, and it turns like you're talking about, and I can see when I kind of get. Yeah, when I get past like the trees or whatever, I can see there's a fence, a little wooden fence, you know, like you would see on a farm.
Bright orange, so you don't,
on
not
the other side of the fence, I can see the tops of trees.
Yeah.
And nobody ever taught me how to stop or or turn or whatever. So I had to make myself fall down before I hit that fence and went through it.
I can tell you some stories.
I stopped. I got up. I grabbed the skis, and I just slid down the rest of that hill on those boots.
And you went to the bar.
Right on the boots, like I treat them like skates, you know, just kind of slid on them like that. I went down to the bar. At the end, I was already 19 years old, so I was old enough to drink in Ontario. And I didn't proceed to leave that bar for the rest of the weekend except to sleep. I just partied with everybody.
I've been there. When I first started to learn how to ski, that was how it was. And then I had a bunch of friends that would come. You know, I moved away from Long Island, and I went to go live with my dad upstate. So all my friends from Long Island would come up every other week or weekends and come party with me up in upstate New York. You know, it was an 8-hour ride, but they would make it to come hang, you know, and go skiing. So we would go, and my buddy Steve, he was not a very good skier, and he was learning, and we were trying, and we brought him on the green ones, you know, the little green circles, the easy ones.
Okay.
And I was at the bottom of the hill, you know, off to the left. It was a slower day. It wasn't a packed place at this time. It might not even have been Whiteface. It might have been a different mountain. It might have been Gore or something like that, or Hunter for that matter. But I was standing. I had to piss, so I took a pee in the snowbank right here on the side. And here comes Steve, and he's got the pizza going, you know, the pizza pie, trying to stop himself. And he's going and he's coming. It's a pretty decent little slope right here. And he's got his skis pointed in a point, you know, trying to slow himself down, learning. Yep. And all of a sudden he wipes out face first right into my pile of piss. I was laughing my ass off.
You know, that happened to a buddy of mine. Not the same, but we used to play street hockey all the time, right?
Me too, yeah.
And we had a lot in front of our house, that was empty. It was a grass lot.
Wrap it up. I'm getting the zero.
Okay, well, this won't take too long. So it was springtime, and the snow was gone, and the lot was cut for the first time. So we decided we were going to play street hockey in there instead, right?
Right.
And I checked one of my buddies, and he went into a pile of dog shit. And he slid through that big pile of dog shit all the way up his hole.
Really quick, Jared, before you run it, one more. You ready? So me and my buddy Jimmy are both fairly good, and this guy Tony are all very good, but Steve is a little slower. So Steve stayed down this time, and it's the three of us, and we're like, let's go to the top, let's do the green one, and let's race and see who gets down to the bottom first. So we're going, and I don't remember who was winning, but me and Jimmy are like side by side going down this hill. And I'm a bigger guy. I've always been a bigger guy. Jimmy's a tiny little skinny guy. So he thinks he's going to be smart, and he goes down into like a crouch on his skis, and he's trying to pick up more speed. And he did. It was a straightaway. It was like the final straightaway before we, towards coming down towards the bottom of the mountain. And it's him and me going head to head, trying to catch up with each other. And all of a sudden he goes down into this crouch, and he goes to stand back up, and his glove, the hook on his glove got hooked onto his hand. Boom! And fucking he's flipping, flying everywhere, skis going everywhere, right through it. There was a mushy pile of like slush there in one part. Face first through the whole pile of slush. Oh, it was hilarious. I was like, that's what you get, tough guy. as I skied past him and laughed and won the race. It was good. It was good. Run that commercial.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into Da.Hippie.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop Dr. High AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. DrHigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Announcing CBG TV's Bud Break book. Get your copy now. Detailed strain reviews. Every purchase supports the ongoing efforts of CBG TV. Available from Amazon and at cbgtv.com or scan the QR code.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
at pot
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not really
you. Oh, sorry. So that was a good one. He was skiing. Oh, 420. Happy 420, everybody. Let's do it.
Oh.
Oh, man, that looks like it's our last one, man.
That is our last one, man.
Good thing we can scrape the pipe, bro. Never gonna be, never gonna
Oh, you got video of me.
Never gonna be bankrupt again.
I hope this is a skiing wipeout video.
Funny ski wipeout videos.
Yeah.
Never gonna be bankrupt again.
Oh. Oh.
If you've never been skiing and you're young enough and healthy enough to go do it, man. It is absolutely the most amazing. Katie and I were talking the other day about going fast on her motorcycle and how much she loves to fly. This is a way you can fly as well, man. You get on a good hill, you know it, you learn it. The fucking greatest feeling in the world, going 100 miles an hour, fucking, maybe not 100, but fast enough, man. You got a good hill. A lot of fun. I miss it.
Is there no crashing here?
Sorry?
I'm not seeing people wipe out.
Yeah, he's not right. You hired a guy that wasn't parking guy.
We need thrills and spills, Garrett. Preferably while the people are holding bongs.
That was the best part. I love that part, man. When you got to the bottom and you got on the ski lift and go back up, you had like a 20-minute ride with your bestie or your best girl, whoever you were with.
On the chairlift, eh?
Yeah, and you just hang out and you're looking around and it's absolutely beautiful and you're just smoking up that joint and you're hanging and you're just, except for when you drop the joint, you're like, oh.
Not getting that one back.
There goes that one.
I guess it's better than dropping a ski, though.
Oh, dropping skis has happened to me. I've done that. Yup. That's always a good time. I've definitely come close to death numerous times.
This video is not our style, man. It needs to have thrills and thrills and thrills.
It's like showing you Greg what it is on his head. You know, you're looking just like he's looking. You know. I get what he's going for, but yeah, I would have been happier with some like that funny one. Not people that got hurt, you know, like funny one. But this is cool. If you've never been, you definitely got to go. It's an absolute great time. Even if you don't ski, go with your family and go sit in the clubhouse, not the clubhouse, the bar, whatever you call it. Get lit, have some Mai Tais, hang out, watch people.
Mai Tai. Oh, man.
Usually they're coming down the hill right at the clubhouse, you know, the place, the house, so you can just sit there and watch everybody coming down. You can get to see some good wipeouts when you're sitting there hanging out. Don't forget, you can come right here to the Poconos and there's Camelback Mountain. You can come hang out with the hippies. You'll sit in the club and watch you ski. Maybe that'll be a package when we do the fundraiser. A day with the hippies.
A day skiing with a hippie.
Yep. All-inclusive stage round. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I kid.
I said, hey, John Brown, can I give you a hand so that you yourself will never
be, never gonna be bankrupt again. Never gonna be bankrupt again. Never gonna be bankrupt again. Never gonna be.
That's more funny. Look at this guy.
There we go. That's what skiing represents to me.
Yeah, that's what skiing is. Like, you think you know what you're doing, but then all of a sudden this thing comes, and you're like, yeah! Oh, no, that guy knew what you're doing.
The beer, too.
Maybe.
I think if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing that.
Uh-oh, not a good one. Not a good landing. Oh! Hey, what do they call that? They call that a scorpion.
Face plant.
I think they call that a scorpion, yeah, where your ass comes over your head. Hi, Elrisha!
Never gonna be
Oh, that wasn't that bad. Oh, it's when you catch one of those edges on the ski.
Split that ski good, though.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You laminated that sucker.
Wow. Day's over. That's what I was doing.
Just like that, eh?
No, I landed it. Oh, I've done a couple of those ones too. Now, I never snowboarded. They weren't out when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're fairly new in some ways.
Well, for us old folks, they're new.
Have a good shift, Kyle. And enjoy that Friday night jet fuel.
Yeah, that's
Are you okay?
That's Sonny Bono. That's Sonny Bono there. That one. Oh, too soon.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, Cher.
There it goes. Nice. Nice.
Shot.
All right. All fun, but this ain't no skiing show.
Tree.
That was fun though. Now we can watch these kind of things from time to time. They're kind of funny, and we can comment to our commentaries on.
Absolutely, and I have plenty of stories that we can comment on. I could see a story about ice fishing that was quite a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I'll never have blackberry brandy again, that's for sure.
Oh. Hey, Garrett, I sent you in the chat yesterday a video called White Outline Cannabis is a Huge Mistake. If you can find it, maybe that would be a good way to run here and talk about. Be fun.
Talk about weed?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's an interesting topic. We should do that.
Yeah.
We should create a show about that.
We really should. It's something that I like to talk about from time to time.
Me too.
Yeah. I was looking at, I had time to kill yesterday, right? While I was at, waiting for the car to get worked on. So I went to Tim Hortons, and I don't know if you got Tim Hortons in the States, but it's.
Well, maybe somewhere in the States, but not by me.
It's our donut and coffee place in Canada, right?
I've heard a lot about it. Sean Baldylocks seems to love it.
Yeah, it's quite popular. But as I was there, I was looking through Instagram, and I saw a post from Extractor Bags. And have you ever heard of Extractor Bags?
No. I was just playing along.
So they're for making bubble hash.
Oh, well, that's what I assumed.
Yeah, there are a series of bags that sit inside. I mean, they go all the way up to 55 gallon, but most people would use a 5 gallon, right? Because you can use a 5 gallon pail with a tap on it to drain out your water, and everything is good. But I forgot that I knew Lucy, who owns Pro Bags since 2011. Or
show tomorrow?
What's that?
And she's going to be on the show with us tomorrow?
I could probably get Lucy on, actually.
Oh, my God.
I could if I can track her down, because I was looking at her Instagram, and she's been traveling around the world promoting these bags. And I know for sure at Inhale Nation, where I'm going to work, they've been selling them since the early 2000s. And it was one of their really good selling products. So I think Lucy's doing really, really well with, as a matter of fact, kind of a funny thing, but this t-shirt I'm wearing right now, it says, which way do I got to go?
The other way.
It says Puff Depot on it.
Oh my God.
That's actually her store.
So this is a plug. You're giving her a free plug here. I got you. You and Lucy been chatting behind the scenes. You're like, here, let me just.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I thought it was kind of cool to see, like I forget some of the really interesting people that I know.
Are you playing with FU? Put FU down. It's not time to play with FU.
Oh, yeah. It has this nice tightness when I put my finger in it. There's something very I don't know, very gratifying about this experience.
Yeah, you don't have. You don't have a touch of autism.
What's that?
He said, "Yeah, you don't have a touch of autism over there with your sensory issues."
Yeah, no kidding,
Cannabis,
right?
Marijuana, weed,
here we go.
ganja. And just as diverse as its names are its uses. Hemp has been one of the most planted crops in history. Not because we're just a bunch of stoners, but because the recreational use of hemp is just the tip of the iceberg. For thousands of years, both animals and humans used it as an important food source. We made our textiles, paper, medicine, energy, oil, all with hemp, until we started demonizing and criminalizing it. Now, the miracle plant is making a comeback, and it could help clean some of our most polluting industries. This is the story of cannabis flying high in the fight against climate change. But first, a little bit of history.
Can you make it bigger? I can't see it.
Long ago, when these ancient Grecian temples were new, hemp was already old in the service of mankind.
Hemp cultivation started 12,000 years ago in China. And from there, humans spread it everywhere. I mean everywhere. Because if you had hemp, that meant you also had food, oil, clothes, and more.
You can't tell human history without trade, and you can't tell trade without ships, and you can't tell ships without hemp, because hemp is the only plant that makes possible to cross oceans.
This is Stefan Gaya, one of the directors of Berlin's Hemp Museum.
I have no idea what he said.
Sailors used highly durable hemp for their ropes and sails. So they took the seeds with them everywhere. Because after wood, hemp was the second most used material on the ships. Especially in the colonial era, it assumed strategic importance. Napoleon forced the biggest hemp producer at the time, Russia, to stop selling hemp to his enemies in order to weaken them. Its flowers have been used as medicine for thousands of years, as well as in spiritual practices, or just simply for pleasure. But then came the dark ages for cannabis. First, because by the late 19th century, it was losing out on efficiency and price against new materials. New technologies were invented for cotton, which boosted its supplies of fiber. Trees replaced hemp as a paper source. And later, sails and rope were made with petroleum-based synthetics. But what really killed the plant was something else.
There was a zeitgeist for banning the substance use of recreational drugs. So there was this idea we can control the black parts of our society, the Hispanic parts of our society, the gay people, all these non-white conservative religious groups by saying they're using a new drug.
Thus, the miracle plant became the forbidden one. Cannabis sativa has a lot of varieties. Some grow short but very flowery, rich with the psychoactive substance THC, while others grow tall and are perfect for fiber production. Industrial hemp is very low on THC. When the cultural war on cannabis started, no distinction was made between different varieties of the plant. From the 19th century on, the whole plant with all its varieties was banned in Brazil, Mexico, Turkey, Greece, Egypt and South Africa, which contributed to its decline. In 1937, the US also restricted its cultivation and pushed its policy to the rest of the world. That restriction and the stigmatization led to hemp being overlooked as a material for decades. But now, scientists are slowly discovering that its uses can go well beyond what we have known so far, and could help us clean up a lot of industries. A big one is construction. The building and housing industry produces almost 40% of all carbon dioxide emissions. But hemp might help change that. Hemp wool is already in use as an insulation material. But now, more and more sustainable construction companies use hempcrete to build walls and floors too, like this 12-floor building made with hempcrete in South Africa.
Wow.
Hempcrete is basically a mixture of hemp chives and lime. Lime petrifies the hemp so it doesn't degrade or break. It is light but strong. It is breathable, so it regulates moisture and temperature better. That means lower energy bills, no mold, and basically a non-toxic environment. It is fire resistant, and due to its flexibility it can withstand major earthquakes. Its insulation properties are also off the charts. It works as heat, sound and humidity insulation. And after its lifetime, hempcrete can be reused as fertilizer, as it is totally organic.
Wow.
The concrete it's replacing is the world's second most used material after water, and is responsible for 8% of world's carbon emissions. But hempcrete walls do not only produce less carbon than concrete ones, they are actually carbon negative. That means hempcrete stores more CO2 than it requires to make and transport. That is due to hemp's carbon storage capacity. Compared to trees, hemp can potentially breathe in and store up to 4 times more CO2.
Applying hemp fiber-based products in the construction industry, we safeguard that we store carbon for a long time, 60, 70 years, in the construction buildings.
This is Mark Reinders from Hempflex. The company is one of the biggest hemp processors in Europe, providing hemp to different industries from automotive to construction. His father was a hemp farmer, so he basically grew up with hemp crops.
Hemp fiber insulation stores on a net base more than 50 kilograms of carbon dioxide per cubic meter of hemp insulation. For your reference, the production of glass wool or rock wool insulation emits over 250 kilograms of carbon dioxide.
Producers say building with hempcrete is competitive, and Mark Reinders thinks prices can go even lower. But the obstacle is, in most countries, construction regulations are very strict, and introducing a new construction material can take years of testing and bureaucracy. Hemp is at the beginning of that road in many countries. Hemp can also help to reduce deforestation. Until the late 19th century, most paper was made of hemp. Early Bibles and even the drafts of the US Declaration of Independence were written on hemp. But today, paper is made from trees, and it is one of the biggest drivers of deforestation. Every year we lose forests the size of Portugal. 15% of all trees we chop down are used to make paper. Global demand is expected to at least double, and in some cases almost triple. While we are losing our forests, some companies are more willing to reintroduce hemp into their paper production.
Not in the low-end applications like toilet paper, but more in the high-end applications like banknotes, value documents, but also in cigarette papers. At the end of the day, you will smoke it anyway.
There is another industry that has been blowing smoke about its environmental footprint: textiles.
Textile industry is a little bit the holy grail, the Champions League for any fiber.
It's also a champion polluter, because cotton needs a lot of toxic pesticides and water. In fact, 54% of all the pesticides used in India, the world's leading producer, is used in cotton plantations. Not to mention that it kills the soil, as well as draining scarce water sources. Just one regular cotton t-shirt uses approximately 3,000 liters of water, enough to provide a person with drinking water for almost 3 years. Now the industry is looking for alternatives.
Hemp doesn't need much water, doesn't need much fertilizer, and doesn't need any pesticides to be grown.
A hectare of hemp can produce 2.5 times more fiber than a hectare of cotton. It can grow up to 5 meters within just 3 to 5 months. Hemp fiber is not only better for the environment, but its strong fibers also make longer-lasting textiles. Less water, less fertilizer, less land and no pesticides, but stronger and lasting fibers. But there's a catch.
If you want to be successful implementing hemp fiber into the textile industry, we have to modify the hemp fiber to the existing textile machinery, because other way around is not going to happen, because the investments to do so are just too high.
So basically, industry wouldn't invest to make new machinery only for hemp fiber, which is considered to be very rigid, not suitable for existing cotton weaving machines. Thanks to the pressures the textile industry has been facing, companies and researchers have been trying to find alternatives. Now, using enzymes or mechanical processes, they have found environmental ways to cottonize and integrate hemp fibers into their existing production. But this is still in the early stages, and it will take some time until the industry agrees on the best way to cottonize the hemp. This is the first problem hemp is facing in other industries too: lack of standard methods because of missing research and development for decades.
We need to give it a new chance and stop putting all these regulations on hemp. And we need to free this up entirely for the industries to really move forward. Because if, 0.01% of THC are the little things that prevent somebody in the building industry to get chives or chives and herds for their building material, then this industry has no way of moving forward.
This is Maren Krinks. She has dedicated the last 6 years to investigating the ways in which hemp can help us mitigate the climate crisis. This research took her to 4 continents and a journey to rediscover the old ways of printing books with hemp with a traditional German paper company. Because, of course, she couldn't use anything but hemp paper for her book. H is for hemp. But contrary to what you might have thought,
I did not smoke a lot of weed during my trips, and of course I tried a couple times.
like Maren's willingness to try new things, governments around the world are slowly trying new approaches to solve hemp's second problem: strict regulations. From Colombia to South Africa, from Thailand to Argentina, a lot of countries are looking into different ways to legalize hemp in its different forms. In 2018, industrial hemp plantations became legal in the US. The EU has mentioned hemp as a valuable contributor to reaching its Green Deal objectives. But regulations are still confusing, and they change from country to country. Some countries like Colombia define industrial hemp as any cannabis sativa plant with THC levels up to 1%, while it is 0.2% in the EU and 0.3% in the US. These differences, plus the fact that marijuana is still a controlled substance, scare off the investors. But against all odds, global industrial hemp demand was calculated to have a $4 billion market value in 2021 and is expected to reach almost $17 billion by 2030. If we include legal, THC-rich cannabis for medicinal and recreational purposes, the market value is expected to reach $176 billion by 2030. Creating new supply chains for all these different industries and making sure it is economically viable will be another big challenge.
We've hammered it down into humanity's head that this is an illegal and massively bad plant. Now we have to unlearn all of these lies and all of this misconception about the plant. And it will take a lot of effort.
When we end the prohibition of marijuana, then there will be thousands of new companies that start a natural resource business. The future of hemp is green.
I'm not saying hemp is the only solution. I do believe we need to do way more than only grow hemp to fight the climate change.
We haven't even talked about the nutritional and medicinal uses of the plant. As scientific research increases, we might encounter more unexpected uses for it. like as a possible superconductor in EV batteries, or as biofuel, or as a superfood. This has been a real trip. I'm sitting on a hemp chair, wearing a hemp shirt, and having a hemp chocolate. We all love good stories, and in the book of plants, cannabis has definitely have an extraordinary chapter. Maybe it is this history what makes some people very hopeful about it. What do you think about the future of hemp? Do you think it can help us transition to a greener economy, or is it highly hyped? Tell us in the comments.
That was beautifully done.
It's incredible. Well, DW is a German television network.
That was very good.
Deutsche Works or something like that.
I can understand some of the stuff he was saying, like Hakers.
Right.
One
But
Haker.
see, this is the part that's so messed up. It's very obvious. There's abundant information out there about the plant's potential. Why is everybody dragging their feet? You know what I mean? Why aren't investors flocking to this as an opportunity?
They were waiting for you and I to do it.
Oh, could be.
That's what it was.
Well,
it has to be.
I'm fully on that bandwagon.
All right, we got to run our last commercial, everybody. We'll be back. You're watching the Cannabis Chronicles with Da.Hippie and Doktor. Hi.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Forge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Forge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd. today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them at the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are badass.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted, made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
WTHC, we're back. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us and hanging out with us today. It has been a great show. I want to thank you, Dr. High, for hanging with me every day. Are you a natural? Are you a redhead?
Me? No.
No?
No.
You got like a tint of red on the top of your head when you just rubbed your hair. It might have been the shadow.
Could be. I don't know. Thank God it's not tremendously sunny here today, so I'm not blinded.
Yeah, that's good.
which works well.
Don't forget, everybody, Eagles of Death Metal tonight with Envy and I on In the Clouds. Make sure you stop by and check that out. It's going to be a great show.
I thought you were going to say Eagles were going to beat the Giants this weekend.
I don't know. Are they playing each other? I don't
I don't know. No. I'm just playing around, trying to bust your balls a bit.
Oh.
Now you got them.
I had them out again yesterday on Clapper for a little while.
Nice. I hear that's the platform for it.
Yeah. I brought up Curly Kel, and we joked around for a little while.
What happened with Curly Kel's show today? You didn't get around to it?
Yeah, we forgot. Yeah. We were high. Next thing I know,
you forgot.
Next thing I know,
you were talking about it all week, and you forgot.
One more time, just for fun, before we say bye.
What's that?
I don't know. This guy thinks he's in charge. Oh, here we go.
Oh, you're gonna send us into oblivion again.
Yep.
That's crazy. Bastion Moon.
Bastion, how are you? We're falling.
Yeah. I hope all of our people out there, our family who spends time with us every day, has a weekend that gives you visions like this.
Yeah.
In a good way. Visions of sugar plums for infinity.
Dancing in your head.
That's right. Smoking.
Speaking of sugar plums, why don't we play ourselves out with some Eagles of Death Metal, a little Christmas music.
Everybody have a safe weekend, a stoned weekend, a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Oh, Christmas.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's
Eagles of Death Metal tonight. Live 365. Tune in. Facebook and YouTube. 8 p.m. on the East Coast.
Tidings of comfort and joy from God our Heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Fear nothing, said the angel, let nothing you affright. This day is born a Savior of a pure virgin bride, to free all those who trust in him from Satan's power and might. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.